I had a client leave me, and I couldn't be happier. Here's what he messaged me on our training app. Hey Zach, this will probably be my last month with you. My main goal was to get out of pain, and I feel like I've truly achieved that. A few things I wanted to tell you. I spent 3 years of my life in borderline daily agony. There was months where my pain would be 8 out of 10, sometimes 10 out of 10. Nights I wouldn't sleep because I hurt so bad. I contemplated changing careers many times, worked with several coaches. In fact, my last coach's words were, "You just can't breathe problems away." I could go on and on. It was depressing. You truly changed my life here. I feel like a normal person again. Probably told 100 people about you. I think what you are doing for people is absolutely amazing, and I pray more people with pain find you because you have something figured out that others don't. And here's the thing. We didn't just do a bunch of foam rolling, mobility drills, and breathing exercises. We used a comprehensive approach to get him pain-free and back to training. And most importantly, we made him comfortable carrying out that plan on his own. There were 5 things we did that helped him get there. And you can use these things in your own movement practice if you're feeling stuck doing endless mobility drills with little success or nothing sticking. This particular client had all of the usual findings. Limited mobility where? Yes. Back pain that cramped his ability to sit, lift, or bend forward. We did a stepwise plan over the course of 4 months that got him from 3 years of pain to doing all the things he wanted to do. In the first month, our big focus was improving mobility. To do this, we focused on basic positions and foam rolling to gain motion where he lacked it. But that wasn't all. The big key was finding positions that he could begin loading and exercising safely that were pain-free. See, when people aren't moving for an extended period of time, you get out of shape. That can actually increase pain sensitivity. So you want to find positions where you can load and not reproduce those symptoms or flare up things. To do this, in his case, we applied the first 2 keys needed when starting to load someone in pain. And these are crucial if you feel stuck doing mobility drill after mobility drill. See, the biggest issue people make when adding load is they think that you immediately jump to heavy bench, squat, and deadlift. No. These are complex movements. Heck, there's a whole sport surrounding those particular exercises. And when you challenge yourself with complex movements, your body's going to go with its go-to strategy. This might be the one that is contributing to some of the aches and pains you're dealing with. This could put too much load on areas of your body that hurt. Ouch, you're back to square one. If you want to fix that, you need to add constraints. That is, using various supports to make sure you can better control the position and work the muscles that need strengthening without negative consequences. You can do this by using wall-supported activities. I used a foam roller squat in his case. That was key for him. Suspension trainers like a TRX, doing exercises on the floor or on a bench, heck, even machines. All of these hold you in a particular position and add support so you're less likely to compensate. The key when increasing intensity is to keep the skill level low in the beginning. That way, you can get the physical adaptations you need without having your movement skill be the limiter. The other mistake that most people make when they're getting back into training, but we avoided, was having tons of variety. When you try 20 different exercises, you never really get good at anything. And if something flares you up, it's hard to pinpoint which exercise caused the problem. To succeed here, you need to keep the program redundant. Keep the number of exercises you do low, and don't be afraid to keep repeating the same workout over and over and over again. In our client's case, his first block had the exact same lifting routine 3 times a week. And we only did 3 to 6 movements, which is where I recommend most people start. We kept these moves as fundamental and basic as possible. I'm talking a pumpkin spice latte Minecraft player basic. Think of them as scales if we were talking music, or shooting free throws if we were playing basketball. This included squats, pull downs, presses, and basic ab work. The big key was learning how to move the arms and legs independently of the trunk. See, the other nice thing about doing the same moves over and over again, you'll be less sore. Your body gets used to those movements faster. Sort of a been there, done that effect. And most importantly, with either of these things, we made sure to check his technique along the way. This allowed him to exercise the areas we wanted for him while minimizing trade-offs. During the second month, we kicked it up a notch, Emeril Lagasse style. We added more challenging mobility drills and more variety within the program, and we were starting to approach the more classic lifts. But how do you add more challenging moves to someone in pain? How do you kick it up a notch, Emeril Lagasse style? How do you up the ante without causing a massive flare-up? There's 3 things we did during this phase to achieve just that. If you're doing more challenging exercises, aside from skill, your biggest enemy is going to be fatigue. When your body gets tired, you're more likely to compensate in a way that could load areas you don't want. Before learning how to move better while you're tired, you first must learn to move well without adding fatigue into the mix. This is where the principle of reduction comes into play. And I ain't talking cooking, although I'd be cooking up some good stuff right now. With more challenging exercises, we keep the amount that we do smaller in the beginning. This means keeping the sets and reps on the low end, ensuring that there's plenty of rest to build the beginning movement skills needed to have success for the long haul. We also keep the number of variations low. Again, this helps manage fatigue and improve skill building. In our guy's case, he had a 3-day-a-week program. So we did 1 heavy push, a heavy pull, and a heavy leg exercise. That's it. We didn't do crazy volume, and we allowed for adequate rest. And we incorporated this next technique, which 99% of people in pain or getting back to training screw up. Watch anyone do a lift, and they go stupid fast during the movement. Eccentric portion or lowering part of the squat, they rush down. You're out of control when you're returning the cable to the start position. It's like, hurry, finish the exercise quick. The most common cue that I use to help people feel great during lifts, go slow. See, when you move fast, you place more of the workload on the connective tissues. Sometimes this puts more stress on the joints in people who are getting back to the gym. But when you take it slow, the muscles have to work that much harder. You develop better control and awareness of the positions you're working in. And generally, it's less likely to produce pain. And if you struggle with that, then you might consider using this next strategy we did with this guy, and that's holding positions. Many of the mobility drills I use in the beginning involve holding a particular position and breathing, but you can apply this logic to strengthening exercises as well. Wall sits for long periods of time are my favorite way to apply this. Plus, it helps my clients deal with their traumatic PE class childhood experiences. But your lifts aren't the only place that you can work on holding position. You can also practice this with the stuff that we did in month 3, specifically high-speed activities. Using holds at the end of a jump, throw, or an Olympic-like lift are a great way to build strength and maintain mobility as you ramp up the intensity. Having someone move really fast and then apply the brakes quick is the ultimate form of control, and it helps people prep for the things that they might need to do in real life. You can even apply this under heavy loads as well. Something like doing a hold midway onto a lift can be a great way to improve strength, and it was near the end of this month that our client felt that he had the skills to manage this on his own. Now, if you want us to take you through this process with a custom program, you can click on the link in the description below or scan this QR code. We can help you get unstuck. Otherwise, this video can give you some other useful tips to help you out during your movement and pain journey.